Hey guys, today I am excited to dive into the Stay at Home Bookkeeper Academy. Today is Tuesday, it's 11 a.m. Central Time. Every week at the same time, same place. We love to go live to answer any question that you have about starting your own virtual bookkeeping business. You can journey into the exciting opportunity of owning your own business and being in control of your family's finances so you can reach your goals. If you're watching on Instagram, I'm going to be sharing my screen over on Facebook. So hop on over there and you'll get a chance to actually see what I'm sharing here. But I also love to make these lives interactive. So if any of you guys have any questions pertaining to anything I'm going over today, please comment. If I don't get to them right away, I will absolutely get to them sometime before this session is over. And I just want to let you guys all know that I think you'll get the most out of this if you grab a pen or paper, or just go ahead and comment in the chat. But we're going to talk about your goals. We're going to help you get really, really, really clear on what your goals are for your family, for your life, for yourself, and then talk about how you can reach those goals. And let's actually reverse engineer a plan for you to be able to actually reach them. So as we're going through this, if you guys, I'm going to ask some questions. I would love for you to comment and let me know what these goals are that you have, so we can talk about it. I'm really excited. Also, if you're watching on LinkedIn, pop over to Facebook as well so I can see those comments also. Okay, so first of all, thank you guys all for hopping on here with me today. Again, I love to do these calls in presentation style, but I also want this to be an informal, fun conversation. So I'd love to know what made you interested in starting a bookkeeping business and wanting to look at this opportunity. So comment below and let me know, what is the reason that you want to do this? What are you guys looking to do this for? So I'm going to be pulling up all of my different screens here so that way I can make sure I can see everyone's comments. So tell me a little bit about, why do you think owning a bookkeeping business is going to be something that will be beneficial to your family? So give you guys all a quick second to type that, or even just write it down. If you don't want to share, you don't have to share, but you can just write it down if you'd like. Let's see. I want to make sure I got one more screen I got to get up here so that way I can see everybody's comments. Okay. All right. So almost got it. Click on it. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's get on to the next screen here. So what we want to dive into is specific goals. We're going to break them down into 3 different categories for you. So I want to get a little bit more specific on your goals so I can help you map out exactly how this bookkeeping business could potentially help you reach those goals, and also give you the exact timeline for how and when it would be possible to reach each milestone and each goal you have set for your family. So you have complete clarity on exactly what to expect should you decide to move forward with starting a bookkeeping business. So how does that sound? Okay, so Jenkins says, I would like to work internationally and have financial freedom. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to write this down. Internationally, financial freedom. Great. So as you can see on this chart, I've got financial goals, time goals, and location goals. So think a little bit more in depth, Jenkins, about how do you want to break that down. So we're going to keep diving into that. So first, let's start with financial goals here. So in terms of financial goals, I want to put this in order of bare minimum goal, then comfortable and content goal where you're worry-free, and then a wow goal. So this is going to be different for everybody, just depending on where you're at in your life right now and what your family situation is. So for starters, I would like everybody to either type in the chat or write this down. What is the bare minimum money that you need to make in your business to cover your family's expenses for a month? So I'm talking like groceries, gas, making all of your monthly commitments on time. What is that ballpark number? Is it 2,000? Is it 3,000? Is it 5,000? Is it 6,000? Whatever it is, write that number down. This is your bare minimum goal. If you can type it in the chat, I'd love to know what your goals are. So go ahead and drop those links in here as well. So now that you've got that first number, this is goal number 1. Now, what would be ideal for you in terms of not having to worry about budgeting every penny, not having to worry about checking grocery prices or worrying about taking the family out to dinner on a whim? What would that monthly amount be for your family? And just like a best guess, I'm going to let the cat out while you guys are doing that. Okay. So it's really important to get clear on these things so that you know what you're working for and working towards. So you've got your bare minimum goal, whatever that is. I'm just going to go with, let's say it costs, bare minimum. So you aren't getting behind $3,000 a month. And it's, like I said, different for everyone. So write down what it is for you. Then your next goal is where you can pay all the bills. You can pay all your groceries, your gas. You can go out to eat with your kids, take them to the zoo, to where you don't have to worry about those things. Maybe you don't have complete financial freedom, but at least you can do the things that you want to do without worrying. So I'm just going to go on average from what I hear most of the time when I talk to people, and I'm going to say maybe that goal number 2 is $6,000 a month. So type in the chat, what is it for you? Once you have that, now I want you to sit and think, okay, what if you could start reaching some of your family's financial goals and the bucket list items? What do you think you actually need to bring in each month to really start making some of those things a reality? So what would that mean for you? What are some bucket list items that you have? Maybe you guys want to take a vacation to Disney. Maybe you're looking to save up for a house. Maybe you want to pay down debt, all sorts of things. How much money do you think you would need per month to be able to give yourself the flexibility to do some of those things and know that it is reality and not just some far off goal that you've always thought about wanting to do, but never really thought you could? So how much would you really need? So I'm going to say, let's go from 6K to 10K. Let's say 10K is your wow goal, So you can start, knocking some things off your bucket list, taking your kids, on an RV trip or going on a cruise or whatever it is. So these are the best things. If you want to book a call and chat with me, it's great to have these outlined. We usually spend the first 15 minutes of our calls really diving in to these goals. So if you want to book a call with me too and go over this privately, you can do that. As you can see, stayatHomeBookkeeper.com is our website. And that's where you can go to book a call as well if you want. I'll also end up dropping a link in here as well in here shortly. But now that you've got some of these financial goals ironed out, let's talk about time goals. So let's pivot and talk about time and schedule. So how much do you currently work right now per week? I want you guys to type in the chat. How many hours do you work at your job right now? And then also go ahead and type in the chat, how many hours a week do you commute? So do you work 40 hours a week? Do you work 45? Do you work 50? Do you commute also? On average, when I talk to people, I find that they're working anywhere from 45 to 50 hours per week, salary, not overtime. Some of them commute, some of them work from home. So that's usually another factor. So I think I would round it out as 50 hours per week counting commute. That's typically on average what I see when I talk to people. But what is it for you? So now you have what is currently happening, but what is your preferred time commitment? How many hours do you really want to work? And how many hours do you want to have available to do things with your family, to do hobbies, to do other things? So what would be your ideal schedule? I'd say for the most part, when I talk to people, they can easily squeeze in about 4 hours per day, maybe Monday through Thursday, Monday through Friday. So they really only want to work 16 to 20 hours a week. Ideally, that's what they'd really like to do. So that's what I'd like for you guys to write down. How many hours a week do you really want to work? And then in a perfect scenario with your business, what would you want your daily schedule to be? So currently, are you working, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.? You're gone, that time frame, 7 to 4, something like that. What would you like your work schedule to be with your business? Do you want to work 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday? Or do you want to work all day on Monday and Tuesday and have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off? Or do you want to work 2 hours in the morning, maybe from like 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. until your kids wake up, and then work at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. at night, Monday through Thursday? What is your preferred schedule? Let's get like really crystal clear on that. So if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay, I would love to know, what is that for you? Type it in the chat and let me know what is that for you? What is your preferred work schedule? Let's see. And then do you have a preference on the time of day that you would want to work, or, how you'd like to structure the schedule? We're talking about having extreme flexibility here. A lot of times people think that they don't really have these options. They don't really exist, but they do. So let's get creative and pick exactly what it is that you want. Lastly, I want to chat a minute about any location freedom goals that you have. Do you have a desire to work from home or maybe even work from another location? So Jenkins said she wanted to be able to work internationally. So do you have a desire to work from home or internationally or from an RV or traveling all over the country or whatever? Do you have travel plans that you would like to accomplish in the near future that you haven't been able to do because of the restrictions from your job in terms of location? So where is your current and your preferred workspace? How does that change? What is your current and preferred travel schedule? So we want to talk about location freedom. A lot of people that I talk to want to be able to work from home, but they also want to be able to bounce back and forth between family members. They're taking care of family members, or they want to visit family in different country or different states and things like that. So having that location freedom is really important. And lastly, are there any other goals that we haven't touched on that you have for yourself, for your family? Write those down, comment in the chat. Do you want to pay off debt? Do you want to save for a house? Do you want to be investing in real estate or something that will give you passive income so that you don't have to work at some point? So what are those other things that you want to do? Maybe on an extreme vacation. So thank you guys for taking a second to write your goals down and take a deep dive into that with me, because it helps us map out your actual goals and how you can reach them. So now the next part of this call and this presentation, I want to give you a roadmap so you understand how you can reach these goals with your bookkeeping business. So the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to go over this, and there's a lot of interesting information to get through. I'll probably answer every question that you're thinking, but feel free as I'm going through this to type in the chat what questions you have, or you can write them down. So that way, when we get on a call, I can go over those specific questions with you, or you can just cross them off as I answer them as you go. But don't hesitate to, as things pop into your head, write them down here. Let's see. Okay, so the first thing I want to go over is the average time it takes our students to reach various levels of consistent, recurring, and dependable monthly income in their bookkeeping business. There are several ways you can earn additional income in your bookkeeping business, but those other ways, like cleanup jobs, commission income, things like that, they're not something that's typically consistent. Those things can also vary from client to client and student to student. So I want to be super conservative here and paint a very realistic picture of what time frame you can expect with consistent income that you can count on for every month into the future, even if you didn't add another single client to your business once you reach your goal. So what we typically see from our students is that they add about an additional $1,000 of monthly income to their business for every month they are in business. So if you want to make, let's say for your first initial goal, you want to make $3,000 per month. It usually takes about 3 months to get there. So if you started today, by May 7th, you would be making approximately $3,000 per month in reoccurring consistent income in your bookkeeping business. If you started today, you would be, let's see, it would be about August, right as we're wrapping up summer, is where you would be at your super comfortable and content goal of making $6,000 per month in consistent reoccurring income. And then to get to your total wow goal by Christmas time this year, you would be at your wow goal, exceeding your wildest expectations and making probably double than you've ever made before, if you're like most of our students and most of the people that I hop on calls with. During tax season, we also see students blow past this timeline as well. And so hopping on a call and getting started now is the perfect time because tax season really just kicked off last week. So you can actually reach all of these goals well in advance of the timeline listed here. So to hit these monthly income amounts in terms of clients, this is the average number of clients that you will need. For your first goal, you need approximately 6 clients. If your goal is $3,000 per month, to get to your comfortable goal, let's say of about 6,000, you're going to need like 10 to 12 clients. And to get to your wow goal of like 10,000 a month, you only need about 20 clients. Now, this is a range, and it is assuming that every client you get is on the smaller side. A lot of our students get somewhat medium and larger clients, and that would mean you would just need less clients to actually reach your income goals. So for example, Kim got a new client in December that is paying her $2,200 per month. So instead of 4 clients at this first milestone on this chart, she actually only needed 1 client, just to give you an idea of the range. And when I had my bookkeeping business at the peak of it, I was making $21,000 per month right before I sold it. I only had 33 clients instead of the 40 listed here. So just so you can get a feel for what the typical range is. Comment in the chat if you guys have any questions about this as well. Happy to go into detail, and so stop me if you have questions. So this chart here shows you how many potential clients there are out there. This picture shows there were 33.2 million businesses in existence in 2022. That's a ton. And as you can see from this chart, it grew steadily over the last 5 years. And in fact, there's over 500,000 small businesses starting every single month. And bookkeepers and CPAs are retiring in droves with no one to really replace them because there's been a huge decline in people interested in getting accounting degrees. So number one, clients are literally everywhere, and there will never be a shortage of potential clients for you. Tons of fish in the sea. And number two, never enough bookkeepers out there to help everyone. It also helps that bookkeeping is a required service and not a luxury item that you have to try and convince someone that they need and convince them to purchase. All business owners know that they need to do bookkeeping. They all already are pretty well convinced of the value of bookkeeping. So finding and actually getting clients to sign on is relatively easy. Of course, we walk you through exactly how to find clients, and I'll show you all about that in an upcoming slide. But now for my favorite slide of this entire presentation, here is the expected time commitment you need to make to complete the bookkeeping work for these clients at various monthly income levels. So let's say for your first goal of, let's say $3,000 per month, you actually only have to work 6 hours per week to do all of the bookkeeping work for your clients. That is a ton. Let's say if you, on average, you're gone 50 hours a week, and then you do this instead, you're going to get back, 44 hours per week. That's your free time again. So imagine that for a minute. If you had all that time back You can spend it with your family. You can pick up a hobby. You can enjoy life more. You can reinvest some of that back into your business so that you can hit goal 2 and goal 3 with ease and still have more time. And then start knocking some of those items from your bucket list. So even at your wow goal of $10,000 per month, let's look at that one. You still only need to work 20 hours per week to handle all of the bookkeeping work for your clients. And even better, you can work those hours whenever and however you want. You can work in the morning before the kids wake up, late at night, on the weekends, only on Mondays. It's totally flexible and totally up to you. And you can even change your schedule from week to week. It's amazing. But even at your wow goal, exceeding anything you could have possibly made in your life so far, you're still working 20 hours a week instead of possibly 50. So you're still getting 30 hours a week back, maybe double or maybe even tripling your income. So this is the part where people tell me that seems too good to be true. So I want to break it down and explain how this high money, low time business works, because it's really science. It's not a scam. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's legitimately science and business, like understanding business. This is how it makes sense. So let me show you guys this. There are a few key pillars that make these results possible. The first and most important step is proper quoting process. Obviously, understanding how to charge, make sure you're not undercharging or undervaluing your services. This is an important skill to develop. There are a lot of factors that go into quoting, and in our Bookkeeper Academy, we help you get crystal clear on exactly what to charge a potential client. We even go over every single quote our students have so they feel 100% confident that the prices they're charging are right in line with the results I'm sharing here and the results they want to get for their business and their family. It's important to follow the quoting process that we have outlined for our bookkeepers so we can help you build a business that gives you the freedom you need and avoid creating another job for yourself. The second important piece to this is proper and efficient workflow. So we work with you to streamline how you work with each individual client, so that way you are not doing things that are unnecessary or really busy work, and you're only doing the things that your client is going to need and get the most value from. We help you avoid scope creep, and we help you understand how to get this done so you can make $100 per hour or more working with your clients. Now, your clients are going to be paying fixed price packages, so they are not going to know how long it takes you to do this work. They are excited about having a fixed price that they can budget, and they like knowing that they're not going to get a surprise bill. This gives us the opportunity to be able to streamline what we're doing, and the better we get, the faster we get, the more money you make per hour. And you're not penalized for getting better and better and more efficient. So lastly, we are also going to help you build this business with the end in mind. So we have thought of a lot of things that as a new business owner, you couldn't even imagine thinking about at this point in your journey. So we can provide great value there as well and help you really set the foundation for the business from day one by helping you build it with the end in mind. So there's two main things that we do to help you build the business with the end in mind. The first one is, for example, one day in the future, you may consider hiring employees in your business. Even if that's something that is far out in your mind or you've never considered it, maybe it's 2-3 years down the road, there may come a time where this actually looks attractive to you. And we want you to have the proper quoting and the proper workflow set in place that you can sustain hiring full-time employees to help you, but still have a profitable business. Okay? So if you take a look at this slide again, you'll see that a full-time employee that works 40 hours a week, they can handle doing the workload for clients that total $20,000 per month. But the going rate for a bookkeeper or a full-time staff accountant employee is around $5,000 per month. And I know that to be true because we have a ton of accountants and bookkeepers and CPAs in our program who have left jobs where they're working 50, 60, 70 hours a week for salary, and they're making $500 to $5,500 per month. Okay, so those are top-notch people. You could probably end up paying less even, but we don't want to do that. We want to pay good wage. So the going rate for a full-time accountant or bookkeeper for your company is going to be $5,000 a month. So you'll actually still be able to profit $15,000 per month for every full-time employee you have on your team. So even as you hire team members, you'll still have a very healthy profit margin and monthly income and still be able to maintain the schedule and the work-life balance that you desire. Okay, but lastly, and this kind of ties into the employee part, we're also going to help you build this business from day one with potential future plans to sell it. So even if that's not something you think you would ever do in 5, 10, or 20 years down the road, you may get into a situation where it just makes sense to sell your bookkeeping business. And if you set them up the way we teach you, you can get anywhere from 1 to 2 times your annual revenue as a selling price. So for example, if you have a business where you're making $200,000 per year, you can sell it for $200,000. If you have a business where you're making $1 million per year, you could potentially sell it for $2 million. So the bigger they are, the more you can sell it for. But still, even the small ones sell for a great amount of money. And that's a really, really awesome potential retirement plan for you as well. Sometimes people don't want to leave their comfortable, safe job because they have retirement benefits. Well, I don't know anything that could help you retire or build up your retirement any more than growing your own business, because this is in and of itself a retirement plan. These businesses are really, really attractive to potential buyers or investors because of 2 things. Number one, the consistent, dependable, reoccurring income that they know that they can count on if they buy the business from you, and the high profit margin even after building a team. So when people want to go buy a business, they want to make sure the owner or the CEO, which would be you in this scenario, isn't required or necessarily needed to run the business in order for it to still be wildly profitable. So investors and potential buyers, they love that. So we're going to help you build the business from day one with this in mind, so you always have this option. So now one thing I haven't even dug into yet is back work and cleanup opportunity. Before I dive into this, I'm going to check and see, anybody have any questions for me so far? I'm not seeing any yet. Okay. So 9 times out of 10, when you get a new client, they have not done their bookkeeping for months, sometimes even years in the past. And that's why they're looking for bookkeeping services. This is another income opportunity that you have, but it's a little harder to predict. So I didn't want to include it on the slide showing your recurring income potential, but here are some examples of some recent students and what they were able to accomplish with new client cleanup jobs. Kim here joined our academy on October 17th, 2022. She landed her first client about 6 weeks after starting our Bookkeeper Academy and launching her business. This client was a larger company, so she was able to charge $2,200 per month to complete the ongoing bookkeeping services. Once Kim started to dig into her clients' books, we helped her realize that the previous bookkeeper did not do the previous months of 2022 bookkeeping. So she was able to present those findings to her client and propose a $9,000 cleanup job. And her client gave her the go-ahead and asked her to just take it out of his account. So for this company, $9,000 wasn't a big deal. For us, it's awesome. But her client gave her the go-ahead and asked her to just take it out of his account, and she was able to just charge it and get that payout. So on December 16th, 2022, less than 2 months after joining, she was able to make over $11,000 in her bookkeeping business. Right on track for her 2K per month at the 2-month mark into her business, but she actually made $11,000 in her second month, not just 2. So this is what I was talking about it being a ton, like a massive opportunity here, but something that's not consistent. So you never really know what a new client is going to need. But how you guys can see that you can start knocking things off your bucket list should you get clients like this that need cleanup jobs. That could fund your plane tickets to travel internationally. So Alicia here joined our academy on November 18th. She spent about 3 weeks getting her business set up and ready to go, and then launched her marketing plan and got her first client on December 15th within about 4 days of marketing. So first client in only 4 days, but also first client before the end of her first month in business. And this client was about a medium-sized client, so she was able to charge $1,500 per month going forward. And they were behind 2 years in their bookkeeping, so she charged an upfront fee of $6,000 to get them caught up. So again, right in line with our expectations from that first chart of making approximately $1,000 per month for every month in your business with reoccurring clients. But she actually made $7,500 in her first month. So again, massive opportunity here for some serious quick wins and quick income. Even more so here at the beginning of the year as we're rolling into tax season and there's more businesses than ever thinking about the fact that they didn't do any bookkeeping for last year, but they need to file their taxes. So you want to capitalize on that. This last example is a student named Jennifer. She joined our program on August 12th, 2022. On December 12th, right at her 4-month mark, she told our client success director that she got her 5th client that is paying her $2,197 per month, and that she had almost reached the average of $4K per month by 4 months in. But the cleanup job she got from this client who was behind many years on their bookkeeping was a whopping $32,000. So even though Jennifer was very close to our expected results of 4K by month 4, she actually made over $34,000 in her 4th month, not even counting her other income from the other 4 clients she has, which is incredible. Jennifer's cleanup job, just so you know, is not the norm or average, but we have seen this several times over the past 4 years of working with our students. I've seen $75,000, $100,000 cleanup jobs, etc. But Kim and Alicia's cleanup jobs are actually very common. On average, we see students make anywhere from $1,500 to $10,000 for cleanup jobs. Really, anything over that is not quite as common, but still a very real possibility for you to hit some of those bucket list items you have, such as saving for a down payment, taking your dream vacation, paying off a massive amount of debt, if you happen to get a client like Jennifer, Kim, or Alicia did. So just to recap, when these ladies got these potential clients, we helped them understand how to conduct the new client discovery call, how to ask all the right questions, and then we were able to help them put together a proper quote and a proposal and know how to present that to the client so that they were able to explain the value and get these clients to say yes. And now that they have these clients, we've helped them understand how to efficiently onboard the new clients, how to break down the cleanup jobs into manageable step-by-step process, how to understand exactly how to do all of this cleanup work in the accounting software, and how to do the ongoing monthly work so they can make a minimum of $100 per hour doing this work. As a matter of fact, I talked to Kim and Jennifer last week, and both of them said they made $200 and $250 an hour on their cleanup jobs when they factored in how long it actually ended up taking them, which is incredible. But in addition to all of that, we also show our students, and we showed them how to find clients like this. So our students only spend about an hour a day on their marketing, more in the beginning, less as they start to take on their first few clients. So there are 3 main methods we teach our students to get clients. All 3 methods have been proven to get our students from $0 to $100,000 per year in their business within the first 12 months. Sometimes people even reach this well before the 12 months as well. I have a sister team that is in our program right now that they told me they had a $20,000 month in December. And that was, I want to say they'd only been in the program like 8 to 10 months or something like that. We give our students the opportunity to choose which marketing method works best for them. So you don't actually have to do all of the marketing that we show you how to do. If you do choose to do everything, you'll just reach your goals faster. But I'm going to break it down and show you guys exactly what marketing methods that we teach. And then you can decide, do you want to do all 3 or do you want to just do one? All right. So the first method we teach is organic social media marketing. There is typically no cost associated with this. We help you utilize the platforms you're already most familiar with to find and connect with business owners. For example, on Facebook and Facebook groups, on LinkedIn and LinkedIn groups, Instagram, etc., whatever you use. And we show you and help you learn how to post the content that actually gets business owners interested in reaching out to you. Now, of course, you can always private message business owners just to see if they need any help with their bookkeeping or if they have any questions that you could help them with. But we actually teach you how to post stuff that makes them want to reach out to you. The second marketing option we have for students is joining networking groups. We show you how to find virtual or in-person networking groups where business owners hang out. We help you create a strategy when attending these groups so you know exactly how to make the most use of your time and how to get clients from these groups. So we'll show you how you can not only get referrals, but also create referral partnerships. So other members of the group will also be doing marketing for you and will most likely refer their clients to you for bookkeeping as well. Some of these groups are free, but some do have an investment. For example, I joined an industry exclusive group that cost me $500 for an annual membership. I made over $60,000 in my first year of being a member of that group. If you choose an in-person group, you'll also need to factor in gas and potentially meals, as a lot of groups meet over meal times or social hours. This group also turned into a second little family for me, which was awesome, and I really looked forward to going each week. And lastly, we also show you how to get clients doing email marketing. First step we help our students with is gathering a mass list of business owners and tax offices and deploy an email campaign. These emails make potential clients interested in wanting more information about your bookkeeping services, and they often respond with, asking to set up a time to chat or have some questions for you. For the tax offices, we help our students create a strategic partnership with tax offices that respond to the emails, so it's a win-win for both the tax professional and the bookkeeper. And if you can get in good with 2 to 3 tax offices, they will usually send you clients pretty consistently throughout the year. Even if they offer bookkeeping services, many tax firms get overloaded during tax deadlines and need bookkeepers to handle the overflow work. We help you find these tax offices, but also create this strategic relationship. This method can also be a zero investment, and you can do it manually. To save time, you can also invest in several different programs that we suggest that run about $50 per month on a monthly basis, which you could cancel at any time. We also have a marketing program that we've created and we're launching here soon for our students that some of them are using, and it costs about $125 to $150 per month that you can also utilize. There are also options. These are all optional, but they save you time and help you get results quicker. So now I'd love to know if anybody has any questions. And next, I'm going to kind of dive into how we support people to help them reach these results. Rachel, I see that you have put some emojis in here. So let me know if you actually have some questions. I'm happy to answer those for you. Can anyone hear my kids driving their cars around outside? Hey, Alexis. Good to see you on here. See you in the academy soon. Let's see. Okay, so first thing, we run some of our support out of this private members-only Facebook group. You currently have access to this free Facebook group that's pictured here, the Have Your Cake and Eat It Too Facebook group. But in this private group, we actually provide a lot of support to our students. We currently have over 200 students that are in their first year of growing their bookkeeping business. It's really awesome to have a sense of community with others who are on your same journey in business, but also in life. So you can collaborate and connect with them. We've had a lot of people build, long-lasting friendships out of this group as well. And we have over 40 students that are in their second and third year in our program. You'll be able to collaborate with them as well and learn what worked for them, what didn't work for them, and see how they've grown their businesses. And we have over 10 coaches who are all experts in growing a bookkeeping business that you basically have at your disposal. So as a company, what that means is we treat the Facebook group like a ticketing system. For every question you post or submit, we answer everything. They can be related to any topic you can think of. Some examples are sales, marketing, quoting, QuickBooks Online questions, technical bookkeeping or tax questions, workflow, mindset, really anything you can think of. We answer questions 7 days a week. If you ask questions between the hours of 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time on any of these days, we currently have a 60 to 90-minute response time. And any question asked outside of this time, we do answer it beginning of the next shift as well. So like every question is answered no matter what. This is really awesome for you because you can get a quick answer to what you need, what is keeping you stuck, and then move right on to the next best task to help you accomplish your goals in a quick and streamlined manner, or use that extra time that wasn't wasted and go spend it with your family. We also have 8 Zoom calls every week, currently Monday through Thursday at 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can hop on all of these calls. You can hop on 1 or 2. You can hop on any that you have available. What we typically see is when our students are first joining, they hop on as many as they can outside of whatever work hours they currently have. And then after they're able to quit their job, they hop on as many as they can until they start getting some footing. And then from there, they just hop on the ones when they actually have an active question. A lot of times what we see at first is people hop on these calls and they are passively listening. Then they learn from what other people are asking. There's so much value in listening to other people's questions and learning from their questions as well. And then as you start to get some traction in your business, you start to onboard some clients, then you'll have a lot more questions to ask as well, and you'll become more actively engaged. So some of these calls, we have some topics that we cover, but mostly they're general Q&A, and we really try to help answer everyone's questions. So typically they're 60 minutes in length, but depending on the volume of questions and how many people are on, sometimes they last up to 2 hours. So Alexis says, I'm listening attentively. I appreciate that. Once I join the academy, how soon can I open my bookkeeping business? You can open your bookkeeping business on day one. Our academy is really set up to help you get started now. And if there's something that you don't know, we help address that as you're working with your clients and making sure that you're doing a good job as you're learning. So you're able to open your business from day one. And as a matter of fact, the first homework that you have when you get in is getting it all set up and going. We want that process to take less than 2 weeks. Ideally, it takes like 5 days, but some people that are working jobs and have a bunch of kids at home, it sometimes can take up to 10 to 14 days to get everything set up and ready so that way you can start launching your business. I'm going to go over that here too. I forgot I got an awesome slide on that. Latasha says, so I purchased the DIY bookkeeping course and I realized that I probably need more help because I don't know everything and it's getting confusing. How much would it be for me to join the academy? Great question. I'm going to go over that here. I have a slide and I'll show you guys all of that as well. You guys keep the questions coming. I love it. Sonia says, what if you don't have bookkeeping experience? That's okay. The first 2 out of 4 years of our Bookkeeper Academy, probably more like 3 years, it was about 95% of our students did not have bookkeeping or accounting experience. We will teach you everything you need to know and help you get clients while you're learning so you can make money fast, but also know that you're going to learn what you need to learn to do a good job. So now we have, I'd say probably 30% of our group are experienced or people that at least have bookkeeping or accounting degrees. Some of them have existing bookkeeping business. A lot of people have realized that our students get really awesome results and they don't have experience. So now people with experience are drawn to our program a little bit more because they want to have it too. But just know, Sonia and everyone else watching, that we are set up to completely support you, even if you've never opened QuickBooks before, even if you've never done bookkeeping ever, even if you don't have an accounting degree, even if you've never had a business before. So we're set up to help you with all of that. All we ask is that you're open to taking action, even if it's a little scary at times. And we also just ask that you always ask us questions anytime that you feel stuck. And if you don't get the answer that you need, ask again. Ask again and ask again. That's what we need from you. That's it. And we will make sure that you get everything that you need. Great question. So in addition to the Zoom calls and being able to answer every question that you submit as a ticket, you also get access to our client success director who works with you one-on-one, mostly over email, but she'll give you a step-by-step process starting from day one. So she's going to help hold you accountable to your goals, but that way you always know what the next best thing is to be working on to help you reach your goals. So if you're ever confused on, well, what do I do now? Or who's the best person to talk to? You'll be able to email our client success director and she will tell you exactly where to go to get the support that you need, where to go to get the answers that you need, and what to do next so that you can reach your goals. Obviously, you're also going to have lessons and coursework on how to create a bookkeeping business, making $100 per hour or more, but you're also going to get exclusive bonus trainings that no one outside of our academy has access to. So if you were to enroll in the Bookkeeper Academy today, this is what your journey would look like. The first 1 to 2 weeks, you would be going through and setting up your business back office so that you are physically ready for clients. And you will also be going through some coursework to learn the basics of bookkeeping, the basics of business ownership. You'd learn how to provide this amazing bookkeeping service to your clients. You'll learn how to communicate intelligently with a potential client and also how to conduct a potential client discovery call and ask all the right questions so that we can help you. Week 3 to 4, this is where you're actually going to decide, out of all of the marketing things that I showed you on the previous page, what exactly do you want to do? And let's go ahead and develop a plan and launch your marketing. And during this time frame, you're going to get help, support, and feedback from our group calls as you're looking for your first few clients. Then usually by month 2, this is where we see a lot of our students starting to enroll their first few clients. They get help with their cleanup jobs, help with learning how to onboard, help with learning how to do all of the work, and then we also review it for them. After that, you're basically just going to continue to rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So you're going to continue onboarding and working with new clients. You're going to keep fine-tuning your skills with us so that you can become an expert bookkeeper. You're going to get exposure to working with clients from all different industries. So when you graduate from the academy, you're empowered to work with anyone that comes across your plate. And we're going to keep working together to help set that foundation for a profitable business that gives you financial, location, and time freedom that you're looking for. So after seeing all of that, does anyone have any questions about the support that we offer in the Bookkeeper Academy? I'll give you guys all a couple seconds there. All right. I got a question. How long does it take to graduate from the academy? Great question. So our academy it starts off as a year. Let's see. It starts off as a year. Okay, this is Latasha. It starts off as a year membership. And after the year, you technically graduate. But like I showed you on a previous slide, we have over 40 people that have renewed for their second and third year. So you don't ever have to leave. It's our goal to work with you long term so we can help you scale your business to all various levels, even up to, having a team of 4 to 5 people where you're still working, 20 hours a week, but you have a team of 4 or 5 people working with you. So you don't necessarily have to graduate from the academy in order to start having success. When our students graduate per se, when they've hit their 12th month in the academy, we expect them to be making $100,000 or have had made $100,000 by that time frame. Does that make sense, Latasha? And Alexa said, is the academy like a lifelong subscription? So it can be a lifelong subscription. We would love for you to be that way. Currently, the first year is an interest-free monthly payment plan. And then after that, it does go to a month-to-month subscription if you do want to stay in for your second and third year. So let me know if that clears that up. All right. Awesome, Latasha. Yes, I love that question. Okay, so now for those of you, especially the ones that have been asking questions, I really appreciate that. Do you guys feel like this level of support would be beneficial for you to reach your goals? Type a yes in the chat if you feel like this support is what you are looking for that would help you, reach the level of support that, you're looking for to get your business off the ground to really, reach all of your goals. Awesome. Yes. Got some yeses. Okay. So I'm curious, just based on everything that you've heard, can you guys drop in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10? How do you feel about joining the Bookkeeper Academy based on what you've heard so far? So Sonia said yes. Rosario said absolutely. Latasha says yes. Wendy says yes. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are you guys at? Are you at a 10? Are you at an 8? Are you at a 7? I'd love to know where you stand, where you feel. And go ahead and put that in there. So I'm going to go over our investment amount. Okay, Rosario's at a 9. I love that. I would love to know, in your opinion, Rosario, what would take you from a 9 to a 10? What would make it be like, boom, I got a 10. I'm at a 10. That would be awesome to know. So let me go over while I'm waiting for that explanation, which I would love to hear. Let's see. Okay, so Sonia says 6 only because I didn't join the video from the beginning. Oh, okay, yeah, you got to go back and watch the beginning. And then a 7 because, let's see, worried about the cost. Okay, got it. So let me go over that so you guys have an idea so that way you can budget. As soon as tax returns come in, I'm calling you. I love it. That's what I was going to say. Everybody needs to earmark a little bit of your tax refund to get this going so that you can start having this financial freedom. And if you're just tuning in, go back and watch the beginning of this so you can get the full understanding of what you're going to be able to do with your life. with this bookkeeping business. So I'm going to show you guys what the investment is. And we do have a pay in full option, but we also have a payment plan. But I'm also going to go over what the reality really is of the payment plan for you. So stay with me here, okay? So for our program, it's a $12,000 program for 12 months of support from our team. We take our students from zero to a $100,000 business in that 12-month time. That's the pay in full option. Up until January 1 of this year, our students all paid in full to be in our program. So now we've rolled out a monthly payment option. This is an interest-free payments over the 12 months of $1,000 per month. The cool thing about this, though, is when you make your first payment, you get immediate and full access to everything the Academy offers, which means you're going to be able to launch your business that month, that week, and get out there and get some traction. Most of the time we see our students are making $2,000 to $3,000 per month before their third month in business. So if you can follow in that footsteps, you'll only have to pay 2 payments out of pocket, out of your personal funds. And then your business is going to be able to not only fund the rest of the investment in the Academy, but will continue to build additional reoccurring income every single month thereafter. So technically you only need to be able to have 2, maybe worst case scenario, $3,000 tucked away for this to be able to get in and get this going and then be able to use your business to fund the rest of it. So how do you guys feel about that? Is that something that you think you'll be able to do with tax returns? Is anybody wanting to sign up today? I'll throw in a free logo design. If anybody watching this call today signs up today, we'll do your logo design for free. Stephanie says, join. It's so worth it. Thank you. You're so sweet. Stephanie's in our academy, and she is just a rock star and has learned so much and does such a great job and has an amazing amount of clients. How many clients do you have, Stephanie? Let's see. What other questions do we have? Amy says, as soon as tax returns come in, yes, I'm so excited that you will be able to do that. So, okay, guys, I would love to know what you guys are thinking. That I can definitely do. Yes, I'm so glad that you can do this, Latasha, as soon as taxes come in. Great. This is going to be awesome, guys. And if you guys are waiting, if you can get your taxes done sooner, the better. Even if you're maybe able to do that where they do the rapid refund stuff so you can get going, or if anyone has a credit card you can make your first payment down on to get started today, that would be awesome because you know, my timeline isn't important. It's your timeline and what's going to work best for you. But tax season did just start, which means you're going to be able to like get quicker wins. So the sooner you can get in right now, the better. So we don't want to wait till like mid-March or, you know, mid-April to get in. Not that you wouldn't still have amazing success, but it's just going to be awesome to get in right now and capitalize on tax season right now. So Stephanie has 4 clients. That's awesome. Congrats, Stephanie. Rosario says, love to have the recording to share with my spouse since he needs to be on board. Absolutely, yes. So this recording is going to be here. If you go up to the top and once this live is over, you click on the timestamp where it says like Tuesday, February 7th, 11:01 a.m. It'll open up in a new window and you can actually share that link right with your spouse. So then they can actually watch this entire recording. And of course, guys, I'm always happy to hop on calls. If your spouse wants to hop on a call and ask me questions, happy to do that. Always happy to do that. Amy says 1K down and 1K for the first month. So it's 1K down and that covers you for the whole first month. So the next payment isn't due until the beginning of your second month, Amy. So they're all spaced out for 30 days. So you only need $1,000 to get started today. Okay, so if you guys even have like a credit card you could put the first payment on, even if it maybe takes a little bit longer to get your income tax refund. Yay, Alexis, good job. No more procrastinations, she says. I'm in. So even if it takes a little bit longer to get your tax refund, at least you can get some traction. If you struggle at all making the second or the third payment, what we'll do is just put you on pause. We'll put you on pause, pop you out. You can keep working on what you're working on, get a client, pop back in. So, let's get you guys in there. Let's get you guys some results. We really want to help everybody. And speaking of that, I have a follow-up call with a wonderful lady named Rhonda, who I have got to hop on with now and chat with her about getting in. So I will drop the links in here for you guys to enroll, to book a call with me, all those good things so that you guys have them. And thank you so much for tuning in here. I'm so excited. Amy, you need this and it's going to be so great for you. So let me know if you guys think of any other questions. And yes, if you have zero bookkeeping experience, this is still for you. So send me a DM or connect with me on Facebook, and we will help you get the information you need so you can rewatch this recording. Okay, guys, I will see you guys all soon. Thank you so much. And previous lives, I will show you how to find those here shortly. But if you are in the, Alexis already has 2 clients lined up. That's awesome. Wendy, previous lives, you're in the group, I think, right? Yeah. If you go to media, click on media, and then you can find all the previous videos and you can just scroll through all of them there as well. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope everyone has a wonderful Tuesday. Bye.